When I started, the foundation of the ministry was this: no matter how badly you may have messed up in life, God still loves you and He still has a plan for you. It's kind of the prodigal son type of focus that, hey, if you'll leave the pigsty, you'll find the Father's arms open wide. And I still believe that and I still preach that. But things have shifted because our world has changed so much since 2005 to where I really think the emphasis is speaking the truth in love, because we have lost the idea of what is right and what is wrong. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil. We do that as a nation every single day. And when I started, people still seemed to have a sense of, I've sinned. And so they knew that, hey, I've walked away from God, I'm at the pigsty, what do I do now? But I don't think they feel that anymore. And I was listening to a message the other day by Vodi Bakum, and he said, why do we have to tell people they're sinners? Because they don't know. They know they're not perfect, but there's a big difference between I'm not perfect and I'm a sinner before God. And people don't seem to know that today.
Well, and there are things that used to be considered to be sin that are now accepted by our culture. And culture actually has a habit, it seems like, of calling things sin that are not necessarily considered sin from a biblical standpoint. In other words, if you hold to, unfortunately, if you hold to, again, this woe to those who call good evil and evil good, if you hold to a Christian worldview perspective, you're going to get labeled as some sort of sinner because you are regarded as being intolerant. So it's, again, we got this whole upside down reversal thing going on.
Right. You tell people the truth and they call you a hater.
That's right.
Paul said, have I become your enemy by telling you the truth? You can use truth as a billy club and beat people up with it. Obviously, we're supposed to speak the truth in love. So the truth can't be without love, and love can't be without truth. Both of those have to come together. And if you really love someone, you'll tell them the truth in a kind way. But if they're getting ready to take their life off a cliff, you'll tell them, hey, this is going to lead to destruction, and I love you too much to let you do that.
Well, and unfortunately, to point out the error of someone's ways, if you are issuing a word of warning to someone who, like you say, is about to go off a cliff, that is, as you well point out, that is the most loving thing that you can possibly do. But unfortunately, someone has the mindset that I am right. This is the right way, or this is the right way for me. This is my truth. That makes it very difficult. Right.
Well, I use that a lot, my truth. There is no my truth, your truth, his truth, her truth. There's just the truth.
Yeah.
Jesus said to the Father in the high priestly prayer, your word is truth.
Well, you talk about, and you as a Christian communicator, the importance of speaking the truth in love. And, and there is a tendency, I think a fleshly tendency, and Christians can fall into it, where we are so devoted to the truth, as we should be, that we are not speaking the truth in love. In other words, the content may be good, but the tone may be wrong. The compassion may be lacking. You're speaking truth, and you're doing a good job. You got a handle on the truth, but you're not doing it in love. So how does one really be able to speak the right content, but to do it in the right way?
Yeah, great question. I think for me, I put myself in the shoes of the person that I'm talking to. And also, I say this a lot. Preaching is different than talking to someone one-on-one. So when you're preaching, people are in the congregation, they're hearing you preach, and they're saying, okay, I'm going to do that to my friend. And I tell them, no, you don't do that. I don't talk like that one-on-one to people. Because when I'm preaching, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to everybody. So if the shoe fits, wear it. But it's not directed to an individual. And so, but when you're talking one-on-one, if Bob and Jeff are talking, I'm talking directly to you. And so I would be, if you look at truth and love, I think from preaching, I speak the truth in love. When I'm talking one-on-one, I speak love as I'm sharing the truth. So love is the lead.